15 people this year to receive the Carnegie Hero Fund Award.
Bostic ran into a burning house in Lafayette last year and saved 4 children. The Carnegie Hero Fund is recognizing 15 civilians who risked serious injury or death to save others. That's according to a news release from the organization. Bostic will receive the Carnegie Medal. That medal is given throughout the U.S. and Canada to people who enter extreme danger while saving or attempting to save the lives of others. The medal is North America's highest honor for civilian heroism. Bostic will receive a $5,500 grant with the award. He says he's incredibly grateful for the support that he's gotten since the night of the fire.
Just going to keep being me, and I appreciate everybody for this opportunity and the support. It's really opened some doors and dreams of mine that now I can actually pursue. And I see the light on the other side. I see it's obtainable.
Coming up tonight on News 18 at 11, hear Bostic's full story about how his life has changed since the night of that fire. Well, it's a National Historic District, and preservationists in Lafayette want to ensure that the Jefferson neighborhood keeps up with the city's growth while also maintaining its unique character.
News 18's Vinny Martirano spoke with some of the people working closely on the revitalization efforts. He joins us now from the Jefferson neighborhood with more. Vinny?
Hey Marley, yeah, there's a lot of revitalizations and renovations going on in this neighborhood. And as you look behind me, you could see 2 of 3 houses just on this block alone that have recently been renovated on the inside. And to the right of this red brick house here, a new house is going to be built pretty soon.
You know, it's a different day now in Lafayette.
Jefferson neighborhood is undergoing revitalizations to grow the area. The planning for these renovations started back in 2021. President of Lafayette Historic Preservation Commission, Sean Lutz, says this neighborhood is trending upwards.
There's a lot of wonderful people in this neighborhood, but there's a lot of challenges in it. Now that that's been changing, people are getting more comfortable about investing in this area.
The Jefferson neighborhood has a long history attached to it, and Lutz says that's what makes it so special.
It doesn't need to reinvent itself. It has character, it has identity, something that you won't find in a lot of other places.
This area is seeing a ton of new homeowners moving in. Real estate broker for Coldwell Banker Shook, Tabitha Casto, says this neighborhood is becoming a hotspot.
There's a huge demand from so many people coming in with, the university and business opportunities, and they just want to be kind of downtown near everything that's happening.
Other revitalizations that are taking place are a bungalow that was just renovated and restored into a high-end unit, and a new bodega is being built.
They're going to continue to push for neighborhood revitalization, economic development, the renovation of our historic buildings and landmarks, infill, new businesses, anything. It doesn't stop once we reach the neighborhood limits.
And Lutz says other neighborhoods around downtown Lafayette are also undergoing revitalizations to make downtown Lafayette a better place. Reporting live in the Jefferson neighborhood, Vinny Martirano, News 18.
All right, Vinny, thank you. It's not exactly the weather we had on Sunday, but we're finally getting some sunshine this evening.
Some parts of our viewing area definitely are seeing some sun tonight. Storm Team 18 Chief Meteorologist Chad Evans joins us now. Hey there, Chad.
Yeah, hey there, Jeff and Marley. You saw where Vinny was, the sun wasn't out. But downtown, the sun is just beginning to come out right now. But if you look to the southeast on that cam, still a lot of low clouds. But looking northwest from the TV station out here in West Lafayette, look at all those mostly clear skies. So we've got a clearing trend underway, and we can see that on our satellite image now. Look at that. Very distinct back edge of the clouds headed for the Jefferson neighborhood. It's headed for Logansport and Delphi and Burlington. Eventually, we'll get down to Petersburg and Crawfordsville as well. And with these clear skies, it's going to get pretty cold tonight in the 20s to low 30s before a series of storm systems bring rain and some storms by the end of the week. We are running in the mid to upper 40s right now. We dropped to 34 by 11, 32, 34 by 10, 32 by 11 tonight, and then we drop into the upper 20s. But notice what happens later tonight. The clouds begin to come back in. With those clouds, a few spits of precip tomorrow. We'll talk about the types of precip that may come down. We're also going to dig into this risk of perhaps a few isolated severe storms Friday night coming up.
Chad, thank you. A warrant has now been issued for the arrest of a Lafayette defense attorney. As we previously reported, Earl McCoy, he was charged earlier this month with attempted sexual battery. A judge today ruled probable cause exist for McCoy's arrest. His bond is set at $2,000. McCoy is accused of forcing himself on an employee in May of 2022. Now, the employee reported the incident to police a month later. A special prosecutor was assigned to the case and filed formal charges this year. McCoy has yet to be booked into the Tippecanoe County Jail.
Well, police have arrested a man suspected of hitting 3 people with a car outside of a restaurant and bar in Logansport. He's now charged with 3 counts of attempted murder and sits in the Cass County Jail. 2 of the victims were taken by ambulance to Logansport Memorial Hospital. The third was taken by helicopter to Fort Wayne due to extensive injuries. It happened early Sunday morning at the Rennie Wa restaurant. That's according to a news release from Logansport Police. Investigators believe 21-year-old Josniber Josias Quince Orozco was the man who was driving the car. That car was later discovered to be stolen and found on fire at 25th and Spear Streets. Multiple witnesses say Quince Orozco called police earlier Sunday morning to say that he was assaulted at the Rennie-Wa. Officers were not able to find the suspect in that alleged battery. In addition to the attempted murder charges, he's also charged with 3 counts each of aggravated battery and criminal recklessness with a deadly weapon, among other charges.
A Kentland man is dead after trying to stop his car from rolling away Saturday afternoon. 59-year-old Richard Williams was pinned under his van and pronounced dead at the scene when first responders got there. In a news release sent by the Newton County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Shannon Cothran says Williams had pulled his van into the property and had gone to secure a gate. The van had a gear malfunction and began rolling backwards. Police believe Williams had gone behind the van to try to stop it from rolling into the road. But in an unknown series of events, Williams ended up being pinned under the van. The 911 call came in just after 4:00 p.m. The Indiana Department of Transportation will close part of State Road 38 near Mulberry next week.
And that closure marks phase 2 of a pavement improvement project. INDOT will close the highway between County Road 350 South and West Street. The department says property owners, business owners, and postal delivery will still be able to access the affected area. The detour follows I-65 northbound to State Road 26 east to US 421 south and then back to State Road 38. Officials say work is expected to continue through mid-November. Well, the Lafayette Aviators return to Loeb Stadium on May 31st, and this season the team honors some of Greater Lafayette's finest at every game. Coming up, why the general manager says the team wants to give them the spotlight.
Plus, a Harrison High School student will be representing Indiana in a highly competitive science program this summer. After the break, the lesson from her mom that's helped her become the only student from the state selected to participate.
You're watching News 18 at 6. News from where you live.
Welcome back. It's kind of hard to believe, but opening day for the Lafayette Aviators is just over 2 months away now. So this year, during every game at Loeb Stadium, the team is recognizing people making a significant impact in Greater Lafayette.
Yeah, the team will be highlighting the work of one area teacher and one first responder for all 30 home games. Honorees will get free tickets to the game for themselves and their families. They'll be shown on the video board and brought onto the field, where they'll get a certificate from the Aviators for their impact on the community. Aviators General Manager David Krakauer says it's a priority for the team to be as involved in the community as possible.
It is important to me, especially with a small team like the Aviators, that we stay engaged in the community every single day and let the community know that we appreciate everything they've done for us, because again, we wouldn't be here without the community support that we've gotten the last 3 years.
Krakauer says he's still open to input about other possible community engagement ideas for the 2023 season. A local high school student has been chosen to represent the state of Indiana on the national stage.
14-year-old Kimberly Ochinogo has been selected to attend the Congress of Future Medical Leaders Award of Excellence. The Congress is a highly competitive program for honors high school students who have shown their dedication to humanities services. Ochinogo is an international student from Nigeria who is currently a sophomore at Harrison High School. Now, she's the only student representing the state of Indiana at the Congress. She shares the advice that helped her accomplish this.
My mother always told me that hard work pays, that they should study and they should get good grades, and that it will work out in the future.
Now, she and the other students will hear from Nobel Prize winners, among other speakers. That event will take place in Boston from June 21st through the 23rd.
Well, today is the launch of the week-long blast-off camp at Lafayette's Imagination Station. Many Greater Lafayette schools are on spring break, giving students the chance to spend the week at the camp. Registered students from the ages of 7 to 12 will spend the week learning about various space sciences, including aviation, rocketry, the solar system, space travel, and working in space. Today, Purdue's First Lady, Kay Hui, spoke to the campers about space and Purdue's long-standing connection to its exploration. Imagination Station will be closed to the public during this week's camp. It'll reopen this Saturday for Science Saturday.
Well, students at Purdue University are getting a hands-on learning experience while also providing food to the community. I spoke to the manager of the Boilermaker Butcher Block. She discussed the products they offer customers and also the opportunities the Butcher Block provides students.
It's kind of like a little hidden gem on campus, we like to say.
The Boilermaker Butcher Block, located on Purdue's campus, is something not everyone knows about.
This Butcher Block is Purdue Farm to Fork.
Providing food to the community and giving students a hands-on learning experience is what Emily Ford says it's all about.
We have many student employees who learn how to manufacture food products in a safe, wholesome way, and we also do our harvesting here as well.
One of the student employees is sophomore Ryan Grunman. Each day his job at the butcher shop looks a little bit different.
We get to work on harvesting, breaking down carcasses, breaking those cuts into retail cuts that a lot of people in the community would be familiar with.
The Butcher Block sells beef, pork, lamb, and poultry products for everyone to enjoy, not just Purdue students. And you might be wondering, where does that meat come from?
All the meat we sell is produced on the Purdue farms. It's a farm-to-table operation, so it's kind of just one of the best opportunities to get fresh farm meat.
The supply of meat in the store varies depending on the capacity at the research farms. However, what they have in the store sells quickly.
We have filet mignon here, or our New York strip.
Ford says with community support, the students are able to get a hands-on learning experience.
We have students who want to learn and learn how to process foods, and we can't do that without your sales.
Well, the Boilermaker Butcher Block is open 3 days a week, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
Well, the Indiana House has now passed a bill limiting gender-affirming health care for minors.
After the break, one local representative's reaction as the high-profile measure moves closer to the governor's desk. That story coming up next.
From north to south over the viewing area, we are looking northwest. From the TV station, look at the clear skies. With the clear skies, that means a pretty cold night. We've got 20s for lows tonight. We'll show you that coming up.
You're watching News 18 at 6. News from where you live.
An update now on a piece of legislation we've been following down at the State House. A bill to ban gender transition procedures for youth has passed the Indiana House. The bill originated in the Senate, which has already passed it.
Yeah, that bill would prohibit doctors or practitioners from knowingly providing gender transition procedures to a person under the age of 18. It also bans other gender-affirming care, including puberty blockers and hormone therapy. Supporters say it protects kids from a decision that they may regret later in life. But opponents say it undermines parental rights by preventing parents from authorizing gender-affirming care for their children. State Representative Chris Campbell of West Lafayette noted the bill would also stop treatment that has already gotten underway. Campbell says she has serious concerns about the constitutionality of the bill and suspects that the Republican supermajority has signed taxpayers up for months, if not years, of expensive legal action. The bill now heads back to the Senate for final approval before going to Governor Eric Holcomb for his consideration.
And now, your Storm Team 18 forecast. Weather from where you live.
All right, so the Wabash has crested now, right? But what we're going to see from here on out, the river will continue to fall, and it'll fall right into the rest of the week. But with the rain that we do get at the end of the week, the thinking is we're going to see the river back on the rise, probably back to above flood stage by the time we get to next week. And this is going to be a thing right into early April. The river may fall again just like this after the crest, and then it comes right back up. So just kind of chronically high rivers and streams and creeks right into early April around here as above normal rainfall kind of dominates for a while. The thought process here is it's wetter than normal late March. It's wetter than normal early part of April. It dries out in the mid part of April, and then the very end of April it gets wet again. So all that, we got a couple little spits of sprinkles, maybe a spit of an ice pellet tomorrow morning, and a shower or two tomorrow afternoon. Now some sun early gives way to kind of an overcast sky for a while, and then the clouds break up later on in the day. It's going to be a chilly day. We've got a low of 28, we got a high of 45. Winds will be kind of up out of a northerly direction. Upper 40s in the north. It'll be warmer in the north than the south because there'll be a little more sun in the north compared to the south tomorrow. Now on Wednesday, a cold front comes through near midday. It will be a windy day. It'll be a cold morning with 20s. We hit 50, but then we fall in the afternoon once the cold front comes through. And along the cold front, there could be a few spotty or perhaps widely scattered rain showers. Then behind the front, there could be a few spotty rain and snow showers as temperatures cool off into the 30s by evening. We've got highs of 46 to 54, but by 6 p.m., we're down to 33 to 41 with wind chills deep into the 20s to around 30. So it's going to get cold again come later Wednesday. But tonight, there's your clearing trend. Again, note the clear skies at 2 a.m. and the cold weather. Clouds increase tomorrow morning. Look at that. See a couple little spits here and there, and then a couple showers even in the evening as skies begin to clear. We cloud up Wednesday, a few showers with the front, but look behind the front. Yeah, a few little rain and snow showers. Then we get colder again before the front goes back north as a warm front. 60s Friday. We're looking at periods of rain. Watch Friday night because the potential's there for a line of storms. The better severe weather risk is Illinois, Missouri, southeast Iowa, but we may see the risk of a couple isolated severe storms Friday overnight. And then temperatures fall Saturday after 64 Friday, 50, then falling Saturday into the 30s in the afternoon. 20 Sunday morning, but Sunday's not bad at 51. Then we're back to more rain, 60s next week. This could bring us 1, maybe 2 inches of rain. That system could bring us an inch, maybe 2 inches as well.